Hello guys, so today we are trying to learn about structs in Rust. Okay, so let's try to discuss about struct and um, I would like you to remind that we can create our custom types in Rust with help of struct and enums too. So what does that mean? Let's see that. Struct maybe our let's write the struct with a capital letter, first capital letter, our type. Okay, our type, it will be a string. Okay, so let mine equals to um I guess that would be fine. Mine and let's do our type and we create a string backend bin. Let's try to print it too. Print line, and we do mine. So while printing we need to be careful about putting the thread, and I have said that we will discuss about thread later in videos in this series. So we are implementing the debug thread in the struct R type, and if we do that, then we need to write this symbol, that is colon and question mark. It should run just fine. Yeah, so that is our type. So you have just created your own custom type in Rust, so that's a great thing. But let's try to create something a little more complex. Let's do it countries. um Asia. Okay, so what should be in here? Let's do Japan. Let's go to Europe. Let's make something like Spain. We have America. We have USA. Okay, that works. Oh, I really messed up here. Okay, so we are not supposed to give a value here, but the type. That is a string, that is a string, and that's a string too. Okay, and now we can do something like that. We can give a value. Let our choice, and the type is countries equals to countries, and we do something like creating object or something like that. We just follow this section and create our struct. Okay, in countries we have Asia, giving a value something like, let's do the same that we did before. We have Europe, from Europe, that is Spain, and America. We have USA. Let's try to print them all. Since we are using the debug trait, need to do something like the colon and question mark to every value inside. Okay, so let's do our choice dot I'm sorry, our choice dot Asia okay, Asia, our choice dot Europe, and our choice dot America. This should work just fine. Okay, Asia string. I'll convert the identifier to snake case. Asia. So it is not liking as I wrote the inside variable name, let's say in capital letter. So that's a warning. Okay, that's Asia, that's Europe, that's America. Let's run it. So yeah, we get our values, and you need to understand that it is a structure. So the struct is a structure that we created, and we can create multiple values, multiple variables with different values, and it's more like creating an object in JavaScript or a dictionary in Python. So those are the thing, but let's do something more with struct, and it's very important to understand impl keyword, that is implementation. Okay, so let's implement countries. Let's first do fn new. So what is a new function, you might ask? So new is a function that we create to make it easy to create the structure that we like. Okay, so we have Asia, that is a string. We have Europe, that's a string. We have America, that is a string too. It will return a self type, so the self type will just reference to whatever we are trying to implement, whatever struct we are trying to implement. Okay, okay, so let's do self, and self resembles the same thing here. Self is countries because we are implementing the countries. We have Asia, we give the value. Europe, we give the value, and America, we give the value. Yeah, so that's the new method, but let's do something. Get Asia. Will have a reference to self, and it will return str type, and that will be self dot Asia, but it will have a reference to the Asia string, because the type string that starts with capital S does not have a copy trait, so that comes in the section of borrowing and ownership, and the section, the video I have already covered what happens there. So we cannot just give the value out of this scope. We cannot just put the scope out of here and give the value to the function out in the print line, because that will just destroy the value in the memory location. So we wouldn't do that, but we use a reference, so it's a read-only reference, so we can put out the value out there in print line just to be read, so it will not be destroyed. The value will just remain in the variables, the respective variables that we will create. Okay, I think that will make you clear for now. Okay, so let's do let choice. That will be the type of countries. Yes, and we do countries, we say new. Okay, let's create a string from let's choose a different country this time. So this is the place for Asia. Okay, so what do we have? Asia, South Korea. Okay, and string from, this is the position for Europe. So let's do Portugal, and finally America, so let's do Canada. Okay, let's try to print the values in here. So what do we have? Okay, choice, we try to get the value from Asia. So what do we have in Asia section? So we should get South Korea. Okay, struct country, fill in this struct Europe string, America string. Okay, we are getting the value here, but I guess we are getting some error. Not really error, but they are the warning. Okay, I'm not 100% sure as why the error is popping up, but maybe due to the name and the same name we have, but I don't see a problem up here. One dead code, okay. So it's saying we have some dead code. Maybe because we are not using the struct by itself. Yeah, we are using through implementation or something like that, but okay. So it is giving us warning because we haven't created a function with America and Europe. We have created a function with Asia. We have read that, but we haven't done the same for two. Okay, let's try to get away from the warning. We could just try, let's get Asia, we get Europe, let's get America. Okay. And let's just print everything. Choice that get Europe. Okay. Choice. Copy, paste, get America. So there should not be any warning. Yeah, so I was right. So we use all the variables in the struct and we are not getting any warning, and we get our values. So these are the ways how we could use implementation with struct, and things might not be that easy when you are starting, even when you are just typing the code once or twice, but there are high chance that you'll make mistake time and again, but still you need to try, and I hope that you learn fast, I guess, because for me I have to make mistakes a lot of time to learn how to use these things properly. Okay, so I have covered everything with struct and the implementation, at least in the way how you like to use it. So yeah, and if this video helped you and if you learned anything from this video, so please do subscribe my channel and support this channel. Okay, so I think we are all done here. So if there are any problems, comment down below, but for now we will leave here, and see you soon, I guess.